What's going on, y'all? Shalon Winter here, and this is a market recap, or trade recap rather, on Monday, January 5th. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing more of these market recaps, trade recaps, and putting them on my website at futuresniperbeast.com. Down towards the bottom, you'll see my trade recap videos and the basically article posts on it. And then there's also going to be a page, an article page, with different, content information, but all these are going to be there. And what I want to show today, so I'm not going to go into these videos. I'm not going to go too deep into my analysis because I do that whenever I'm live, right? So in the morning when I'm live, I basically go through my analysis in the morning. And then on this trade recap video, what I'm going to do is if I see anything different, or kind of like in hindsight, I see this or that, kind of what I do anyways, but I'm going to start sharing that with you more often. That way, we can all grow together, basically. So what I was looking at was this dealing range here, this high, this low, and this is the 15-minute chart. I really didn't have anything very strong on the higher time frames as a target. The only thing I really had is right here is a daily fair value gap. So I had that above the market. And then below, let's see, way down here, we have a swing level. We still have a daily volume imbalance down there. So, and then also right here, we have our new week opening gap for this week. So that's really all I had. Like, I don't have very much else to really say that we're going to go to. So as you know, on the 15-minute chart, I like to look for obvious areas. Like what screams at me. So immediately though, what I'm looking at in that dealing range, I'm seeing some smoothness in here. So I was really looking to see and trying to anticipate if we'd move towards, these lows. And then I broke this all down on my live. Basically, internal range liquidity here. I was looking to see if we'd come into that, basically into a discount of this dealing range, take that and continue up. If we're going to go to that daily fair value gap, I was kind of looking to see if that would happen. Or if that doesn't happen, basically we have right here looking like an order block. That's going to be a bullish order block. Some displacement up. I wanted to see if the market would open, kind of pull back into here, and then continue up. And we also have this fair value gap here. So I wanted to see if we rebalance that. So this blue line right here, right there, indicates the high of that fair value gap. So basically it trades through there, then it's rebalanced. But nothing was really, really, really strong or screaming at me. So I really wanted to see what the market does when it opens. Okay. So we had a nice opening range gap, but what I'm looking at in hindsight really is, so first of all, on this 15-minute chart, if I go forward, right here, this bar, this is 9:15, right? So it's 15-minute bars. Then you have the 9:30 open. See how it wicked down all the way through here? And then look what happened. I'm just going to keep going forward on this. And y'all know I like to look for and keep my eye open for 15-minute fair value gaps. And I mean, just look what happens here. This now is 12:15. Y'all know I don't trade anywhere near that time. But look at this mess from the open to here's a 11 a.m. right there. And here's our open. So basically, we have this mess right there. That's pretty ugly. So the market for me is just not very good today. As y'all know, if I have either a losing day or a no trade day, or it's just kind of ugly, bad, whatever, I always like to look at, is it me, the market, or both? And today I definitely think it was the market. Did not like that. Did not like that. So now let's zoom in here a little bit and see. Let's see what happens at the open, basically, on the lower time frame, because obviously I trade the 1 minute time frame. So that's what I was looking at, and I want to see what happens at the open. Does it go down? Does it go up? So here we have the open, and we drop down. We did not get any fair value gaps on that move down, right? So, and then we hit this area. So I'm at this point waiting to see, are we going to break through and keep going lower? Are we going to hit the midpoint of this opening range gap? Like, what are we going to do? And I'm just going to go forward. We get a bit of a market structure shift in here and moving up. So at this point, thinking to myself, all right, we may be just going to, head up and make our way up, rebalance this fair value gap where that blue line is, and then potentially just keep going up here. So moving forward, we ended up getting this fair value gap, and this is where I went long. Not immediately, because I needed a 15-second confirmation, but we had that fair value gap. Now this is looking like it could potentially be an order block because we pulled back. Well, now in hindsight, so I was looking at this like an order block while I was trading. But really, this down candle, this black down candle right here, did not pull back into or take any kind of significant low or liquidity or anything. Even though we did have this fair value gap coming back up out of it, now in hindsight, I'm not really looking at that as an order block. While I was trading, what I was looking at was, all right, we're accumulating inside this fair value gap. And if this is an order block right here, well, look, we're accumulating in the upper half of it. So this is what I was looking at, the bodies and the wicks doing the damage. So I'm like, all right, if I get a confirmation here on the 15-second chart, I'm going to go long. So if we go to the 15-second chart now, we were in it. Now we had right here's where I was looking at for a change in state delivery. So here we closed above it, and right there was an entry. So that's where I got in. Basically right there. Had my stop at the low. I was trying to target up there, but I ended up moving my stop quicker into break even because I still wasn't convinced we were just going to go up, and then I was sitting in it. I didn't move it very quick. I wanted to see price close up here and show me that it was going to keep going before I did. So then I got in, and then we closed above these highs, so I moved to break even just to cover, and plus to cover some commissions. And then right there, wham, knocked me out. And then at that point, we're retesting this. We're hitting it multiple times. At that point is where I should not try to re-enter. I should not try to re-enter. But then as you can see, we got this one here. And I was thinking, oh, okay, well, at this point, this might be our moment to go up through here and up into this area. So, and these down candles could be an order block. So I was looking to see if we're going to trade back into that, what we're going to do. So I ended up taking this as well, getting long in here. And look what happens. It rebalanced, and look what happens right here. That was it. And look at the time. It's now 10:35. And then it came down, and I took a loss on that one. So a break even and a loss. And at that point, I mean, here we are approaching 11 a.m. And there's just nothing else. Nothing else there. So, hey, in hindsight, I mean, it wasn't bad. it wasn't bad because I took this first entry that was fine. I could have said, you know what, I'm just going to hold where my stop was, not move to break even. But, you know, that's a decision to make. Are you going to revolve around, like, do you want to basically get more break evens and reduce your risk and potentially get knocked out? Or do you want to keep your risk and keep your stop where you originally put it? And until it gets like really close to target, then move to break even. It's a couple different decisions. I've been playing around with that different ways. But ultimately, no matter what, I have come to the conclusion that anytime I move my stop to break even, I'm 100% okay if I get knocked out, no matter what happens. And you have to be that way, because what it's going to eventually do is, yeah, you're going to get knocked out a lot of break evens, but the times you don't, you go get your profit, and the times the trade wouldn't have worked, well, you got to break even. So you're actually reducing your losses. So that's definitely a good thing. Now the other one, this second one that I took a loss on, I mean, that one was still a good entry. In hindsight, I probably, when it hit this and rebalanced this, I probably could have, again, moved to break even, since it hit a level that I was looking at as a potential level of it maybe not going through. So maybe I could have had 2 break even trades. That's the only, you know, in hindsight, that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Otherwise, not a bad day. Just the market wasn't very cooperative on this Monday, January 5th. So, you know, if you stick to that, don't lose control, and just keep doing the same thing over and over, I mean, the probabilities are going to play out, right? You have your risk management, money management, and that's it. So I just wanted to recap this, because this is really all I do every night. When I go to recap, I just want to see if there's anything I missed, anything I could do different. And on this trade this day, there's not much else I would have done here. The only thing, like I said, maybe in hindsight that I could have maybe done differently is this second trade here. Move it once we hit here, this potential level that it could bounce from, then go ahead and move to break even. Otherwise, yeah, nothing on this Monday, NFP Friday week. So yeah, but hey, that's it for this video. It's a short one. I actually got it done a lot shorter than what I normally do. So, all right, if you like these quick recaps, give me a thumbs up on this video, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, trade well, everybody. Take care.